Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be unleashing the indescribable horrors contained within this brown shipping box. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm about to unbox the expansion to the Night Cage called the Shrieking Hollow. If you'd like to see a solo playthrough of it, don't forget to subscribe to this video. I'll be putting one up probably next week, and if not, certainly soon. But let's go ahead and open up this box. I don't think that the expansion content is particularly large, so I am going to, at the end of this video, see if it all fits in the original Night Cage box with the original game. Here we go. And I do have the lid for the Night Cage here. I've got just the retail version. I ordered just the retail version of this on Kickstarter, not the acrylics or anything, but for reference, yeah, it's a fair about thinner, this expansion box. I really think it'll fit in the original box with all that other content, but let's get it open and find out for sure. And it's just the right time of year for this game to deliver. I know it's a few months late, as crowdfunded games often are. I don't begrudge them that, that's fine, but you know, now it means that it's arriving pretty close to the fall season. I can play this for Halloween. Okay, so let's see what we've got in here. And this is a, assuming this does fit in the base game box, real question for everyone. Let me know what you do with these expansion boxes in that scenario. Sometimes I try and sell them. I've bought a couple expansion boxes for one reason or another. But what do you do with them? Do you just toss them, or what do? You hold on to them? All right. There's some nice artwork on the inside. Here's the rulebook. And lots of pictures and examples, which is good. I really do like this game, but I do get confused frequently, not just on the rules, but on like the order of events. I don't know that I don't think it's fair to necessarily say there's a lot of edge cases, but like the order of events is really important to get things right. So I'm glad that they put this flow chart here on the back. So this rule book was, how many pages was that? 15 pages. So we've got these cards, Night Terror cards. Let's open this up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those. And then it looks like we've got, wait, so are these Night Terrors? That's right. These are Night Terrors. These are different enemies. Dirge, Endbringer, which was a so the Dirge was in the original box. The Endbringer was a promo that I got previously, but it also came with this expansion. Keepers were obviously in the base game. Light Eaters were another promo that I managed to get my hands on previously, but they come in this expansion now. Same thing with Pathbreakers, previous promo that now come in the expansion. Pathless and Pit Fiends both came with the base game. So I think the idea is you shuffle these up, or you have the ability to shuffle them up, and then decide which extra sorts of enemies you will face in the game. I already forgot how many of these there were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That seems like a good number. But I think these are kind of fun ways to give yourself like special abilities during the game. So just this top one, it's called Blindfold. It says, let blindness be your shield. Activation cost is all prisoners lose all their nerve. And the effect is, for the player whose turn it is, redraw all adjacent tiles that the prisoner who activates this card illuminates. So you can kind of replace the tiles around you. So there's different effects in here. I'm really excited about these. I think I think between these and then this randomization deck, these were probably the things I was most excited for in this expansion. Believe it or not, I think they're simple. They add very little overhead, but they give you a lot of variety. So we've got a bag with a hole punched in it. This is like a reminder card. I think there's a few of them in here. Let's see. The other on the main board. Oh, for 4 or 5 prisoner game. When a pit is formed, a third shriek appears. Watched keys. I don't know. So these are like a little bit thicker. Like card stock. I guess reminders. This is the new sideboard. This is really the meat of it, right? This is, wow, big. This is the Hollow. That's the name of this. So it's a sideboard where this big new monster lives. And now in the game, when you fall in a pit, instead of landing somewhere back on the main board, you can land in here instead. And this other creature is trying to climb out and get onto the main board. And so this board still loops around left and right, but not up and down. When you know, the bottom is just the bottom, and when you climb out, you can get back to the main board that way. So that's pretty neat. What else have we got in here? Some punch board, it looks like. Oh, wow, that's nice. Good production on the box anyway. So here is this new enemy. These are giant, as promised. So I think it lives down here, and then it starts to move its way up, and it like suffocates the stuff beneath it, and eventually it gets out and onto the main board. So that's really cool. And it looks like there's alternate art on the back, which is pretty good too. And I think I read somewhere that you can use one side for this board and one for the main board if you want, and then there may be future content where the 2 different sides of this play a more prominent role. But right now it's just for fun. And so we've got some punch tiles here. We've got these path breakers, 3 of those, with pits on the back, so standard. These are the light eaters. These are the ones that do something. I forget what they do, but they do something to isolated prisoners. So a prisoner who's not within the light of another prisoner. But again, pits on the back. These are similar to the pit fiends, but instead of working diagonally they work like more like a wax eater. So they've just got a front and back, and they make things into pits. So I kind of like those as well. Here we've got the shrieks. So there's 3 of them there. There's a 4th, 5th, and a 6th. 6 shrieks. I think when the 3rd one is drawn in a typical game, that's when the other will start to make their way into the main board. And these are all pits on the back as well. Here is an additional discard board, so you can keep track of the tiles as they go. So we can put these light eaters here, path breakers here. Yeah, 6 shrieks, okay. We've got some more key tiles, 8 of them. These are watched keys, so they do look a little bit different. They're darker. There's still pits on the back. I don't know what the difference between a watched key and a regular key is. Oh, I also see these like arrows, that iconography there. I imagine it interacts with the other somehow. I read I did read the rulebook, this one here, but the like preview edition, it's probably got some updates in it. So I don't remember seeing that in there, but that may have been something they added, or it's possible I missed it. So we've got punch outs here for the Endbringer. So this piece, let's see if we can get it. There we go. Goes like that. And then you assemble it. Oh, this one has one on top. Yep. There we go. That makes more sense. And assemble it this way. And this sits on top of your candle stack. Like so. Like I said, I was fortunate enough to get my hands on this years ago as a promo piece. So I do have a playthrough video using the end breaker that you can find on my channel if you'd like to see that, just to check it out. And then over here, we have punch outs for some new cracked tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 8 T intersections and 5 four-way intersections. I don't think any of those were cracked in the base game. Maybe some T's. I don't think there were any cracked four-ways. I think it was just straightaways. Could be wrong. Yeah, so now we've got more of those. I like that. I like any expansion pieces like this where it's adding more variety using the existing mechanisms. Because I can just take these cracked tiles and add them into the base game without changing anything. And it's pretty clear what they do. So I'm a fan of that. And then last, these look like night terrors. I think that's where I've seen that symbol. Oh, no. So it's a symbol on these cards. So there's 3 of these. Again, I don't exactly know the rules, but I'm guessing that if you draw X amount of these, then you gain one of these maybe, or can activate it. So I'll find out more about that, and I'll include these in the playthrough that I do soon. Okay, got it. So that's in the rule book here. These are called pathways. So when you draw a pathway tile, you then draw a random pathway card, and it is then available for people to use by paying the activation cost. So there you go. That's that. So this is all the content. So the question is, will it fit in the base game box? I think it will. I kind of want to see this next to the base game board. So let's get that out as well. Let me just clear this stuff off a little bit. So stick with me. Okay, here we go. So put on the 1 to 4 player side. Not that it really matters because it's the same board. So it is the same height. I don't know if you can quite see the whole thing, but it does match up. I guess it's just bigger than I remember it being. But yeah, it's pretty sizable. And then once the other gets out, it ends up on the main board like so, and it takes a couple of turns to sort of chomp its way across the board and cover up all your pieces before it goes back into the hollow. So pretty scary. So now let's go ahead and put all this stuff in the base game box, because I am very confident that it will all fit. So I'll start with the main board, put that on the bottom, and then I might as well add the hollow on top. Okay, great. Yeah, that fits just fine. Then the rule books are pretty flat. Let's put those just like that. And we'll grab these expansion tiles. And for now, we'll just throw them all in this plastic bag just so they're separate, and I can figure out what I want to do with them later. But at least they're all in one place for the moment. There we go. So now we can put these 2 discard boards in the box. I have this old booklet from when I got these pieces as promos. Oop, some other stuff in there too. I probably don't... Oh, this is for the Endbringer promo. I probably don't need that stuff anymore, but for now, I'll toss it in here. Get in there. And the other can go in here with the other large piece, the dirge. We have these player cards. I'll put all the other cards in here for now. I'll bag them up or something, but that's good enough for the moment. Got this token here. Not quite a first player token, but a who's in charge of the extra player token for when you play 3 people. I've got obviously the candle stack here with an Endbringer, and now I've got a second Endbringer as well. That's okay. If anything, it's a candle actually I'm seeing now that might not fit. This might stick up just a little bit, just a hair. I wonder if I can do anything about that. I can pile this differently. So I would be real keen on getting this all in one box. So larger pieces here, that shouldn't be an issue. How's that? Just a tad of lid lift. Well, oh, that's much worse. Don't go that way. All right, so that's, I guess, something to be aware of. Worst case scenario, I could disassemble this, but that kind of is a worst case scenario. I don't want to have to assemble this every time. Can I? Yeah, I really don't want to have to do that, but I think I will for now. I'll play around with it more. And if I'm able to make it all work, I'll mention it on the solo playthrough video that's coming up. So here are the new pieces, the new tiles. Here are the old pathway tiles. These are my old enemy tiles. I kind of kept them separated that way. These were the starting tiles and like the starting pathways, I think. Oh, maybe keys and gates. That's what I've got in there. Nerve tokens, metal keys, and the wooden candles for the players. So tons of room in here. Definitely all fits very easily, but that candle had to be disassembled, so I'll have to play around with that. So let's throw the lid back on. If you don't mind a little bit of lid lift, you wouldn't have to disassemble the candle. That might be what I end up doing, but I am curious for other people. What do you do with the expansion box in this scenario? Do you keep it? Do you recycle it? Hopefully you don't garbage it. Hopefully recycle at least, but I would love to find homes for these if I can find a non-wasteful way to get rid of them. But anyway, this is the contents of the Night Cage Shrieking Hollow expansion. I'm really excited to play it. I think it's just the right time of year for this to arrive, and I think it's just the right type of variety to add to this game. So looking forward to playing it and having you join me. So if you haven't done so yet, please like and share this video and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see the solo playthrough coming out soon. But that is it for this video on Table for One. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.